I can't hear myself.
Do you always have to say that?
Yeah. Well, I don't always have to say it. If I could hear myself, I wouldn't have to.
It's a different.
Yeah. Now I'm all perfect. Everything's great.
Good.
Hello.
Hi.
Even though I already said hello to you.
Yeah. Hi.
20 minutes ago.
That's fine.
And we've been chatting. I gotta pretend like I never saw you before. And you're super exciting.
Yeah. Well, it's different.
It is different.
Once we go on the air, it's different.
Once you put on those headphones, Christina.
Yeah.
It's like you're a new woman.
I am. I am.
Welcome all to I'll just introduce the show. To 11th Hour Radio with Christina Stikos and Emily Howe, broadcasting live from South Royalton, Vermont, Royalton Community Radio, WFVR LP 96.5.
That was slick.
I talk too fast though. Someday I'm going to get it. I'm going to get my radio voice will just come over me.
Yeah.
And I will have this. Even though it's been 5 years, I think, now that we've been doing this. Well, in May, I think it's 5 years.
That's a really long time. I can't believe it. That's
some
incredible.
people are 5 whole years old. I mean, think about that.
That their whole life is 5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
I know. Hey, guess what?
What? Wait, you have a hair dangling off your arm that is really upsetting my OCD. Okay.
Anything else? Anything else?
No,
Take a look.
I had to get that because whenever you raise your arm, which you do pretty frequently, it was just backlit in the window there, and I had to take it off of you.
It was white hair on a black sweater too. Got another?
Well, this one's less. This one's less upsetting to me, but I'll take it off anyway.
That
all right.
one.
Oh, wait, on your knuckles. Hold on.
It's because I have black gloves.
All right, now
too,
you're good.
And a black sweater.
Excellent.
Okay.
You are hairless now.
Yes, let me tell you, I ran into one of our sponsors on the street.
The one sponsor?
The one sponsor that is not Todd.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so it was so exciting. I said, hey, buddy, thank you so much.
He didn't even know, did he? He didn't even know that he sponsored us.
No.
God, I knew it. I knew it. They didn't choose us.
Yeah. No, I guess he never hears the show. And then I thought, well, not wanting to be a hypocrite. I mean, do you think we eat enough of his cheese?
Are you asking me a question about eating enough cheese?
Yeah.
Christina, I exist solely on cheese.
Okay, just checking.
But I could eat more. I could totally eat more.
Yeah.
I could eat some cheese right now if we had some here.
Okay. No, I didn't bring any. I don't have any cheese. But I just want you to know about that. Just a little sponsor update.
Okay. Wait, I thought we're not supposed to...
I didn't endorse
You didn't
his
say
product.
his cheese was good or anything.
No, I
You
didn't.
just said it was cheese. You know what? All cheese is good. Nobody has to even say that cheese is good.
Yeah.
Because we all know that all cheese is good.
But we could say that local cheese is really good.
Of course it is.
Because it's better. Anything local is super, super great.
Obviously. Oh, you know what? There is some cheese that's not good. It's like that kind that they make in some other country that has little, like, mummified worms or something in it. It's a delicacy.
Oh, okay.
Let's not.
Let's skip
That's
that.
not cool.
All right.
I also don't tend to like the cheese that has blueberries in it.
Ew. I think just blueberries.
Just don't monkey with cheese.
Blueberries are kind of fake in products, except if it's
This
an
is
actual
real,
blueberry.
and it's you always. If you go to a fancy dinner party, somebody's always got to put the blueberry strewn cheese on the platter, and everyone's always like, "We know you love cheese," to me, which is true. But then I don't touch their blueberry cheese, and then they feel like they've been lied to. But you know, I just don't want stuff in my cheese. Mm-hmm. I just don't.
Sure.
I mean,
I don't want anything but cheese in my cheese generally. That's
right. Yeah.
I mean,
my sister's been making cheese. It's really easy. You can just go get some nice organic raw milk from one of these local farms, including the one that sponsors us, which is where she gets her local milk, I believe. And you just boil it or something, and then you throw some vinegar in it, and you let it harden, and then you've got mozzarella. That may not be the full entirety of the recipe, but that's pretty much. It's like so easy. You can make a beautiful ball of like amazing local mozzarella. And that's all you have to do.
okay.
And maybe something else.
All right. Something else.
Like some sort of powder.
I'm not going to get to that this week.
But it's not rennet. And you know what? Rennet is gross. Rennet is baby cow's stomach lining, and you're supposed to that's what makes cheese harden up. But not soft cheeses, not like mozzarella. You don't have to put any baby cow in
Okay.
your mozzarella, Christina. So
Fantastic.
you should be really happy about that.
Thanks so much.
Okay.
Moving along to the important things.
All right.
Did you enter the contest down at the Norwich Library by chance? You know that one?
No, but what contest are you referring to?
The Peeps diorama.
Oh, no.
I thought
No.
for sure that
No, that's kind of been on the edge of my wish list of things to do.
I thought so. I think you should because I didn't really. I couldn't.
pretty fun.
In my imagination, I couldn't quite get to what that might be.
I
what
didn't
that
even
might
purchase
involve.
any Peeps because I find them to be horrific, and I didn't want to sugar
Yeah.
my kids up any worse than they already were getting sugared up for Easter.
Well, I saw this one example of the contest entry, and it was a kid lying on the ground, and he was surrounded by Peeps, and they were tying him down like Gulliver.
Oh, that's
It
cute.
was pretty cool. So you
I
can
saw
do
one
a,
where
you can
Peeps
do
were
a
like little
lot.
pole dancers.
Yeah, this. I'm
And
sorry.
people were putting money in their underwear.
Sorry.
No, it was not the classic Peeps. You know how Peeps also makes the bunny-shaped Peeps?
Yeah.
So the bunny-shaped Peeps were the pole dancers, and the audience was the classic Peeps, and they were putting the money in the bunny-shaped Peeps underpants.
I see. Sorry, I wasn't listening at all.
It's
'cause
fine. You didn't want to listen to that
Yeah,
because it was.
I was trying to adjust my windscreen.
I just that did not make the Peeps contest family friendly any longer. Really.
Oh,
So
what? Yeah, whatever you're talking about. I'm sorry.
it's fine.
Sorry about that. Yeah,
Oh my
I'm so
God.
sorry.
We've gone through 3 times the amount of wood that we normally go through this winter, and I'm really upset because that costs 3 times more than we budgeted for. And I don't know what to do about that.
Yeah, what happened there? Was it colder?
It's still cold. Like we just have I'm not talking okay, it's not just wood, it's just heating because we ran out of wood like 100 years ago and we've just been filling it up with oil, which is really expensive.
Yeah. You know what I noticed driving through Chelsea? You hardly ever see smoke coming out of people's chimneys anymore. So many people don't use their wood stoves anymore.
I love our wood stove, but
I know.
we ran out of wood. Maybe everybody ran out of wood.
It just makes
Christina.
me sad to go, driving down Main Street in Vermont and not see smoke coming out of people's chimneys. It just doesn't seem right. What's going on?
What is
What
the
the heck?
byproduct of whatever they're using to heat? I mean, there must be some sort of smoke or gas.
A little bit of steam, or, whatever.
No, there's
But
got to
not
be
smoke.
something.
No, smoke is very distinctive.
Right,
Smoke has a
but-
look to it.
I think even oil furnaces and stuff make some sort of smoke, right? It's just not as
Emissions.
dark.
No, they don't make smoke that's visible. Sometimes you get some
Yeah.
vapor. But
I like the visible smoke because you kind of know what you're dealing with there.
right.
The evil, invisible smoke is
Yeah,
trickier. You don't know how much of it is going up into the sky.
I know.
We got to figure out a way so there's no smoke, though. I know you like to see it, but like it might be better if there's no smoke going into the sky.
I just can't agree. No. There's got to be some
well, do you
concession.
like your ozone layer?
We can't stop burning firewood.
No, I know, but there's got to be a slightly cleaner way to do it.
Well, a lot of people could be encouraged not to because a lot of people really don't care. But for those of us
about
who
being
care,
warm?
No, just about having fires, having actual fires, the real thing.
Yeah, I love an actual fire. It's true.
I mean, some of us sort of can't live without it, but some of us are fine without it, so we'll just split.
Are you a fire sign? No.
Yes.
You are?
Yeah.
Oh, that's why
I am
like
a fire
so
sign.
What am I? I don't know.
Virgo. You said you were Virgo.
Yeah. Does that mean I have to be water?
Let's see. No, Virgo. Earth?
Virgo seems
Maybe
watery.
It's Earth. Hold on. Let's see. It's too hard to figure out just on the spot on the radio. You can sort of count.
I thought you were little Miss Astrology expert.
Yeah, I am. I am.
You don't know my sign is?
No, I know what your sign is. I just don't know.
I know, but...
Okay, it's an earth sign, okay? Just
you're just
believe
saying
me.
that.
Yeah,
I feel waterier than that.
Well, that's because there's
But if I had the choice to be in the earth or the water right now, I probably would pick earth, I guess.
There's other stuff in a sign, or it's not just one element.
Is it just the thing that you like the most? Can you just pick it? Can you just pick it yourself?
You can.
Okay.
You can do whatever
what
you
are
want.
They?
What else do you
right?
want to do?
Earth and water and
air.
Air and fire?
Yeah.
How is air one? That just seems like not a thing. I mean, it's like totally not a thing. It's just around us.
That's not true.
Well, everybody has to be an air sign. I mean, if you're breathing right now, aren't you?
Yeah, but if it's not fire and it's not earth and it's not water, there's a whole lot left over behind that.
Just the air breathers.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's more mental. The air has to do with mental.
Do you ever think of how weird this all is? Like
being alive, yes.
No, just some of those things.
No, I think it's more, I think the point is that life is weird. Not that astrology is weird. Life is weird. And love is weird. I mean, we came in here and Courtney had some things to say about love right off the bat.
I know, and we all totally knew what she was talking about immediately.
Why don't we just plunge in and talk about love? What do you have to say today?
What do I have to say today?
Yeah.
I love love.
You love love?
Yeah, everyone should love love. What do you want? What do you want me to say about love? I don't understand.
Every day that we exist, we have new thoughts and new experiences, and love sort of evolves for us, right? Something changes about love all the time.
Yeah.
Our insights into love change, and our relationship to love changes. And I was just curious, like, where you're at with it. How do you feel? You're friends with love?
Oh, yeah. I really adore love quite a lot.
How much do you experience it?
Oh, well, which types? That's the thing.
Well, no, let's not kids.
Oh.
Take kids off that's too obvious.
That's like
of
every
course,
second, yeah.
That you don't have to even work at that.
Oh, all the time. But it's always different, especially when you've been in a relationship for a while. It's not sparkly. It's not sparkly love.
Well, that stuff is suspect.
It's like macaroni and cheese love. It's like warm and cozy love.
Ah, okay.
It's not the zingy love.
Yeah.
But it could be. So every once in a while it zings. I don't know. I never know how to explain love because I think that love is this weird thing that we've given one word to. Who is it? Eskimos that have a bazillion words for love? No, that's snow. Mm-hmm. They have a zillion words for snow.
The Greeks have a lot of words for love.
Like, there just should be more. I mean, this all-encompassing word, I think, leads to trouble because it leads to weird jealousies between people and stuff like that because people are always like, you love that person or you love that person. And you have to be like, no, I don't, just to make them feel better. But you do. But it's just different. You love everybody differently.
And you get jealous when people have love that you don't have.
So there ought to be just like so many different categories for it.
Do you feel jealous of people who seem to have more love? It's quantitative sometimes.
I don't know. I guess I don't really try to gauge how much love people
Well, think
have.
about it. Stop and think about it for a second. Can you think of somebody you're jealous of because they have more love than you?
No. I can think of people I'm jealous of who have other things than me, more money or better looks or less stress or a different situation in life but I don't know if being jealous of someone else's love I've never really thought about that, I guess.
That's great, actually, because if you can be secure in love, then all the rest of the instability in your life doesn't really amount to much.
It does. Yeah, it does.
Not really.
Yeah.
No, you
I'm
look...
like 40 years old, and I'm still, like, miserable that I don't look like some sort of little nymph, red-haired beauty. Like,
You're tortured by
I'm
that?
still tortured by it. You would have thought that at this point I would have been like, get over it, Emily. It ain't happening. Mm-hmm. But it still niggles inside all the time.
Right. I understand.
And I don't think you can get over being jealous about other people not having to be stressed out about money or something, too.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's, like, rubbed in your face.
Right.
Every time you attempt to pay a bill that you can't pay.
Well, I think you've given me a pretty good love check-in. I mean, I feel good about where you're at with love.
Oh, thank you.
It's not as practical as I thought it might be.
I don't think there's any practical way to judge a lot of our emotions, really. I don't know. You're trying to do Personal Growth Friday without even telling me, you sneaky person.
I know. I just thought I would sort of back into it today. I'm sorry.
I've caught you. I've caught you now.
Do you have any questions for me about love? What do you want to know? What can I tell you about it?
I don't know. It's both completely clear to me and a complete mystery, so I'm not really...
But what about, like, look at me. What do you question about me in relation to love? Like, what would you ask me? How's your love today?
I already know how all your love stuff mostly is, because I ask you all the time.
Okay.
I don't know. Okay. All right.
I love putting you on the spot. I really do. It's fun. I mean, when you look at me, do you think that's a person who has tons of love? Just look at me. Like,
you have the cutest, coolest kids, and are we leaving truly kids out of this?
Yeah, leave kids out of it. Kids are.
I feel like you're having a lovely time experimenting with your emotions right now, and that's totally awesome.
What kind of experiment is that?
I don't know. Am I this nosy? I don't know. You're kind of like. You're doing I'm open to love and it's surrounding me, but I'm not clawing at the love gate. I don't...
it's
I
so
think our
funny.
conversation has gone so out of whack that no one can possibly follow what we're talking about.
I think it's kind of fascinating that you say that because, you have a certain perception of how I'm approaching love. And I had written something down on here that says
I think you've become pretty secure in your own love rap, so you are okay with what comes at you in way of love or doesn't come at you in way of love.
Okay.
I don't know.
No, that's fine. Let's just leave it at that.
You're a lot better at... Like, I feel like if I didn't have... say some sort of romantic love in my life, I would flip my SHT. See, I leave the I out of it.
Yes.
So
sort of like saying WT or what the F. You can say that.
Right. Well, you notice whenever somebody capitalizes a book title or a movie title, they don't capitalize the little words like in or whatever. So I feel like the I in that word can just be eliminated if I'm going to...
Okay.
All right. Anyway.
So the point being...
I'm just saying that because of my insecurity in other areas, my looks or my success or my desirability, maybe I would feel differently and more jealous about other people having more love with if I wasn't in some sort of relationship. But you, who are a floater at the moment, are totally kind of okay with that. Because you are more confident than I am.
Yes.
But I don't know if that means that you're jealous of other people's love or not. I would be, but I don't know if you are because...
No, I think I'm just so extremely practical about it at this point that, no, not jealous. Because I think everything on the surface is not what it is.
No.
So
never.
we don't really know what's going on with
you
other
have
people.
no idea what anybody else's love life is about. Really.
Yeah, it's totally true. It's a hidden thing. It's a hidden thing. And it's very individualized to what the person is trying to accomplish.
Right. And a lot of times what the person is trying to accomplish is to make the entire world think that their life is super awesome. So if you take that into account, you really can't.
I don't think I
you
try
really can't
to
be
do
too
that.
jealous.
Yeah. I don't, my life is so practical.
I'm getting there, kind of.
I just get up and just go to work. It's very practical.
It's good. Possums are quite practical, I found, too. This has been like the theme of our week. It's really bizarre. John's mom sent Ira this little possum toy, and it has a little pouch on it. And Ira named it something. I can't remember what now, but it was a boy name. And I was like, oh, it has a pouch. I think it has to be a girl. And Ira said, well, do boy possums have pouches too? Like, boy people have nipples. What? And I said, I don't know. None of us could figure it out. And so we looked it up, and they don't usually, but some types do. But they do not use it to put babies in their pouch. They use it to keep their genitalia from being entangled with vegetation. So.
Oh, that's so fascinating.
I know. But then all over Facebook this week, everybody had possum stories. And not related to my possum story. People had possums on their back porch. People had possums. When I was a kid, I don't remember any possums. I didn't even think we had possums here. I thought possums were down south. Like people were always like, the possums are, possums are in the road again. We don't have possums.
I think it's a fad. Because
I've seen one.
I have a Facebook friend.
They're weird.
And all he puts on his Facebook page, like 80% is possums. Yeah.
Is he from here?
No, he's living in the South.
See, I think the possums have just arrived, like recently. I'm not kidding about this. There were no possums when I was a kid.
Well, didn't you remember we had a big argument about whether it was possum or opossum?
It's O. So
I don't remember what I said. I was
you were in the O camp and I was in the possum camp, and you were right.
Okay, I have a word for you.
Is this a spelling word or vocab word?
Well, I think it's an easy spell, but I want you to tell me what it is.
Okay.
Because I found myself writing the word in my notes and I misspelled it and I had to look it up, and then I thought I just didn't know what it meant even though I was using it. So, okay, ready?
Yes.
Tantamount.
Like peak.
No.
Like the most.
No.
What?
No. That's not what it means.
What the heck?
Can you spell it? Let's go in that direction.
Probably not. Hold on.
Let's see if you spelled it the way that I spelled it, because I spelled it wrong.
I don't know what comes after the tant part.
Okay, so T-A-N-T.
Yeah.
A.
I put an E. Okay. A.
Mount.
Yeah. All right.
Tantamount. I thought it was tatamount. That's what I started to write, tatamount, and it, of course, spell correction was...
What does the definition say then?
The definition is equivalent in seriousness to, or virtually the same as. So it's tatamount to, it's the same as. It's equivalent to.
Tant.
Is that the train?
That's the train. It's making a weird...
That's really odd.
It's just howling today.
That's a very ghostly sound. Do you think it wasn't really the train, it was a ghost?
I avoided looking in that direction because I thought it was something else. Wow. I thought it was like somebody laying on their horn on the highway or something.
Yeah, or a bunch of opossums.
Oh my God.
Yeah, because who knows what that sounds like if a whole group of them got together and went down the railroad track. It might sound like that.
Do they live in flocks?
Flocks.
whatever.
Oh gosh, I
tribes.
thought you meant like all I could think of was phlox was the garden phlox because it's gardening season is starting soon. Like PH.
No, I meant like in herds or tribes.
Yeah, I don't
or
think
what do
so.
you call a
You just see-
big
you just see
bunch
'em-
of possums?
You just see them by themselves. They're
No, sometimes you see them with little fat possums hanging all over them too.
right
Well, in pictures.
Okay.
Well, what do you call a big gaggle of possums?
I don't know.
Let's see. Deer are herds.
Where's my playlist? We are
know
so
what?
disorganized today.
Sheep
And plus my iPad isn't working. Plus my recorder was
Says that
acting
there's no
up.
battery power.
Yeah.
Sheep can either be in herds or flocks, and I find that really strange.
All right. I'd like to play a song now called. Ready?
I guess.
Olen Vasynyt. I hope I pronounced it correctly. That's
Well, it
Finnish.
sounded pretty good.
Thank you. This is from Risto, who's going to be visiting me soon.
Nice.
And
Is the whole song going to be in Finnish or just the name?
Olen, can you say it? Olen
Olen?
Vasynyt.
Are you saying a V
That's what
or a F?
Vasynyt.
What?
Here we go.
Vasnot?
Olen väsynyt kantamaan näitä kiviä mun selässäni. Olen väsynyt tuntemaan nämä pistokset mun sisälläni. Olen väsynyt sitomaan näitä haavoja ihollani. Olen väsynyt, niin väsynyt, autathan mua jaksamaan. Olen väsynyt ahneuteen, sielun kallitsee se ainoastaan. Olen väsynyt kateuteen, kuinka nousemme toistamme vastaan. Olen väsynyt elämään, joukossa kylmien sydänten. Olen väsynyt, niin väsynyt, autathan mua jaksamaan. Olen väsynyt kantamaan näitä kiviä mun selässäni. Olen väsynyt tuntemaan nämä pistokset mun sisälläni. Olen väsynyt sitomaan näitä haavoja ihollani. Olen väsynyt, niin väsynyt, autathan mua jaksamaan.
Whoops, I forgot my microphone.
Saarinen. And that was the Hillman Hunter. The Hillman Hunter is the name of the band.
Oh, why isn't it in Finnish?
I don't know. I actually looked up the Hillman Hunter the other day, and it was a thing. It was like a car or some. So it was something.
What?
Well, I'm sure there's
Don't
somebody
write
listening
songs about
who's gonna Google that right now because it's interesting.
You ever
what
written
it
a song
was.
about a car?
I did.
No, have you ever?
Probably I did. I wrote.
Songwriting doesn't have broad themes, really.
Love.
Mostly love, heartbreak, trucks and dogs. Sometimes travel, right? A little bit. What other themes?
Boy, I don't even know what to say to you.
Sorry.
Because
I'm not a songwriter. You are.
I know, but you can write about anything. You can write anything at all.
No, I know that you can, but do people do that?
Yes, they do.
Well, do you listen to the radio? It's like
I used
pretty
to.
much all themed around.
Yeah, but I can't listen to the radio anymore. It's like filled with programming that's, I mean, not.
Like
wait,
this.
wait, back up. No, our radio station has a lot of great music, but I mean commercial radio. What's left of it?
I just mean what is out there in the mainstream world is songs about love, heartbreak,
mother.
It's not a lot of mother songs.
Duck X-rays.
No.
Well, you could if you wanted to. You could write a song about a duck's X-ray.
I feel your next album just gelling together as we speak.
It is, yeah.
I really want to hear your hit single Duck X-rays, like just really badly.
No, my hit single on my new album is called State Line Diner. I I think that's going to be the hit.
Diner.
That's going to be the hit.
All right.
It's the one happy song. Like the rest of them are...
I've heard Diner songs before. I've heard Diner songs. What about that doot 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 song is all about a diner. What is that called? Oh my god, what's it called? Da 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 da. I am sitting on the diner on the corner.
Oh,
you know the song.
I do. I don't know what that is.
Oh my god. I have this album somewhere. It's on cassette tape.
You know why I said Duck X-Ray?
Why?
It was a really clumsy segue to tell you about the best Facebook post this week. It was an actual duck X-ray, and the reason that my friend had posted it is because the duck had an egg stuck in it.
What?
Yeah.
I've always wondered if that happens.
It happens. It's not good.
Well, how do you get the egg out?
I don't know, but you get the duck
Can't
X-rayed.
they just be like, and crush the egg?
I don't know. I just felt bad.
Does the egg ever break before it comes out?
Well, yeah, you'd think you could just break it.
Like, is it... I mean, if I can tap an egg against a bowl or a counter and open it up, why does it not break as it comes out of duck's butt?
Actually, I thought you would just know all about this.
Are they like liquid and then they turn to solid when they come out? Is this magic? Oh my god. I feel like I know nothing right now. But listen to this. You can hear my stomach growl. Oh no, it's not going to... Oh, it did it as soon as I took the microphone away.
Wow.
Oh, god.
Wow.
Sorry. Oh, seriously?
What?
Are their butts egg-sized?
I'm going to segue to something else.
No.
I wanted to tell you.
You broached this topic. I think you should
we were talking about songwriting, not about birth, childbirth.
You're going to leave me hanging here? Oh my God.
I don't want to because I don't want to spread more misinformation about ducks. I like ducks.
Spreading misinformation is our goal in life.
Well, let's talk about something I know about.
All right.
Like guitar parts.
All right.
I can see.
Eli found a guitar pick last night at the Chandler down in the dressing room, and he was pretty happy.
Oh, I spilled all my picks this morning. I just remembered. I spilled this big thing of picks, and I didn't pick it up.
You know what is cool? I should get you one of these because I think you would like it. I was looking for parts for my button maker recently because, you and I have to make some more 11th hour radio buttons. And online, and kind of in the same area... You look really antsy. What's the matter?
Because I'm so excited to tell you about guitar
I'm sorry. All right. Interrupted, but I'll be really quick this time, I promise.
Okay.
So I was looking for the button maker parts, and there's this little punch so you can punch out like paper things that you want to make into a button.
Yeah.
But near that in Amazon was this guitar pick punch. So you can punch guitar picks out of like anything hard you find, like any plasticky thing. And I was like, that's kind of cool.
Some people might like that,
Yeah.
but for me, the whole ritual of having a certain, particular pick that I like to go purchase at the music store. First of all, it gives me an excuse to go to the music store. And it gives me an excuse to seem like a real aficionado if I can say I like a .59.
Have you been to that vintage guitar store in West Lebanon? It's like Bear. It's like Baby Bear. No, it's like Bear something.
Oh, yeah.
Something vintage guitars.
I haven't gone in there. I got to go in there
either,
sometime.
but it's next to the Harley Davidson store and the karate store.
Right.
Or not the karate store. You can't buy the karate.
Yeah, I've known people that have bought guitars there. Yeah, you can buy guitars there.
Okay.
You have to just drop in and see what he's got.
Yeah. All right.
So
go back
I was
to your...
so excited because I was so excited that going to work for me this week meant going and doing guitar parts. You get your coffee, you turn the computer on, you get everything all set up right, and then you start work. And your work is with guitars. It's so exciting. It is so exciting. I just felt very
I just can't play
exciting.
The guitar.
It's okay. I am here to do guitar parts. So I just, it's tricky because I was adding parts to a song that was already recorded. And it's really, it's an art form to be able to create a second guitar part that complements the first guitar part.
How do you even do that?
And you've got to, you have to pick which guitar, what tuning, where the capo is going to be, how to mic it, and if the original guitar part's at all fluid, like if it hasn't been recorded to a click track, if it's got some kind of human anomalies to it, then it's very fun to try to kind of blend it in there and get locked in with the original guitar part. So that's all I wanted to tell you about it.
I wish I had a talent like that.
You do.
No, I don't have talents.
You have dance talents and photography talents.
Feel like photography isn't a talent anymore. In this digital age, like photography is no longer a talent. Maybe I can compose the picture better than some people. Maybe, but that's just because no one's told them how to do it before.
I miss your photography.
It's not a talent, though.
I miss your photography.
No, I have a new point and shoot camera. I haven't been using it very much yet, though, because I can't get it off of auto.
Okay.
And I can't. I keep trying to, but I don't. I haven't read the stinking manual.
We could take some time to figure that out.
Maybe,
because I really miss your photography. I mean, I know I like to see your photography on Facebook. It's mostly family and like your kids and your
I haven't done anything professional in like.
But I think you'll get back to it. I just think you ought to, and I'm going to encourage you to because you do have an art to your camera.
But the thing is, like all the technical stuff, anybody can do that now. So that isn't. I've crossed that off my supposed talent list. It's not a thing.
Okay.
And that is something I always do feel jealous of. I look around and everyone else I feel like has some speciality, some talent.
Speciality. If you said that with a lisp. Speciality.
Isn't that how you're supposed to say it?
Don't you like talking with a lisp?
How do you say it?
Speciality.
I didn't say speciality. I said speciality. Do you say speciality?
Speciality.
You say it with a sh. I feel like sh is so common.
Speciality. Sounds kind of,
I get really sad when people name their children Thackeray because I understand that that's cool, but it just sounds
Thackeray.
It just sounds like you're saying Zachary with a lisp.
I never thought about it. Why did you think about it?
Because you said I was saying speciality with a lisp.
I like talking with a lisp a lot. Anyway, what else can I say? Birthdays, wireless.
I think people who have lisps are really cute. I think that's cute. I know that's probably really demeaning and jerky because, I mean...
Don't you think
I
that...
just think it's cute. I don't know.
Facebook.
Not you. I don't think it's cute when you do it. I just think it's cute when other people... Like...
Okay, sorry, I'll stop.
No, you can.
I just was enjoying...
I'll pretend it's
don't
cute.
You hate it? Listen, don't you hate it when you're doing something that just feels really fun and somebody just stops
gets mad at you?
It's like when I was a kid,
like,
I used to...
Stop breaking those...
I can remember being a kid and talking baby talk. And I loved... It felt really good to talk in baby talk, and I got shut down for it. And I felt so ashamed of doing it. But there's somebody told me, and I might have said this on the show before, but somebody told me that when adults talk in baby talk,
Yeah.
it's because they were abused. It's a way of sort of positioning yourself in
But I do it all the time.
Yeah, well, watch that.
But I do it to animals. I do it to things that I feel like I'm communicating to them.
That's okay. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking
Right.
about when you do it like in your relationship.
Oh, you know what? I do it sometimes, but it's like really put on when I do it.
Yeah,
It's like really super purposeful.
I could never do that. I mean, just because I got shut down, but it also feels really goofy to me.
It does feel goofy, but that's like why that's the point of doing it sometimes.
Yeah, but what
It's
is
funny.
that? Is it funny?
I don't know if
or
it's
is
funny.
it-
Maybe I just think it's funny.
I think it's creepy. It's like Pee Wee Herman or something.
All right. Well, I'll hide you in a closet sometime while I do it, and no, because I'll know.
I used to hide in a closet, literally. So
and
that's
just talk
not
baby
funny.
talk to yourself.
I used to hide in a closet when I was a kid. I don't know when I was trying to escape something. Probably
Closets
child
are
abuse.
fun. You are no.
No, I
God.
think well, we can talk about this later. Or not. Yeah, no, there's funny things that come up later in life when you start to
I don't know if that one can always be true though.
But I'll tell you, sometimes you start to figure things out about yourself when you're my age.
yeah, but it can't be a totally accurate thing because like when people what do you call it? Translate like your dreams, for instance. They're like, oh, that means blah, 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 blah about you. And you're like, no.
Well, yeah, but it's not either or. It's like it's not either you completely buy into it or you completely buy out of it. There's got to be some kind of middle ground there because you can't discount your intuition for your whole life. If you have a sense that something was wrong, you have to respect that on some level. It doesn't mean you go around accusing people of having, molested you, but you have to just sit with that to some extent.
Well, I guess people who speak baby talk are desperately trying to capture a time when they felt
harmless,
safe, or
you're trying to make yourself super small and harmless so that you won't be attacked.
Yeah, well, see, my youngest son is a big user of baby talk, and at first we were like, do we try to break him of this or do we not try to break him of this? And the therapist says it's his way of being not having to worry about being blamed or being responsible for anything because he's feeling like that's the safe place where someone takes care of you.
It's a defense mechanism. I mean, that's sort of the positive side of it. The other is that you're trying to sort of disappear and become invisible so that you won't be
although as an adult, I think that using baby talk probably rockets you in the other direction of disappearing.
What do you mean?
Like adults who are going around in public talking in baby talk,
no, you don't.
They are not invisible. They're irritating.
You don't talk about it in public. You might do it with your romantic partner is what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Like how some people do that in relationships.
I find sometimes John and I do it to each other because we're in the habit of doing it to children or animals.
Yeah.
And so it just kind of like blends in a little bit.
Carries over.
Like, 2 seconds ago we were out in the barn being like, oh, it's a bunch of baby. And then I come in and I'm like, oh, did Johnny do it? Like, it's kind of actually like, it's like baby talk with an Indian accent. I don't know how that happens. Never was I an Indian baby.
That's so funny.
But I guess the accent that goes on our baby talk is from India.
Stylized. Well, that's
a very weird topic. Oh my God.
That's proof of past lives for sure.
Yes.
You were a baby in your past life.
John Wicked wants to go to India, and I don't really have any interest in going to India. Didn't you go to India?
Yeah, I've been a couple times.
See, John desperately wants to go to India. It's like one of the few places he hasn't been.
Uh-huh.
And I am kind of like, wow, it's really grubby and polluted there. I don't want to go there, and I'm scared.
Just let him know that it's not Calcutta anymore.
Yeah.
It's Kolkata.
Kolkata? Mm-hmm. Why don't you go with him?
No, I don't want to go.
I know.
I just went to meditate. I didn't go to look around.
Well, maybe you go and look around. And then
I don't want to.
You can get the most babies from India. That's where the most babies
adoptable.
Are. Yeah. So you guys go and get me one so that I don't have to go on the plane.
But I don't want to go on the plane
and you just help John tell him what to do with the baby. You don't have to change the diapers or anything. He's very good at changing diapers because all of our lambs have worn diapers, and so he's gotten slightly different than humans, but
sure,
not a lot. Anyway.
Okay.
We'll drug you first so you can go on the plane.
No, you're making this whole plan, and I already told you I'm not going to do that. I don't want to be drugged.
How am I going to get a baby from India then?
You're not.
What? Where?
You don't need a baby. You need to get your camera fixed, and you need to take more photographs.
Need more
and you need to
baby
write.
animals.
You need to publish your book.
I do. And that, you know what? I said that was my New Year's resolution like 4 years ago, and it didn't happen. So now I'm feeling like a big lame-o.
Well, we'll talk about it.
Okay.
I'll whip you into shape.
I just have to do it. I can't.
You know what we need?
I don't feel confident.
We need to go stand out by the burn pile and burn some stuff up.
Yeah, I haven't burned anything in a
And
really long time.
if I still was a drinker, I'd take a bottle of whiskey out there, and we'd stand, and we'd drink whiskey, and we'd throw stuff into the burn pile.
Even if we're not drinkers, we could have whiskey once. Or are you in the school of you can't have it once or you'll have it again a million times?
It's not like that. I don't think I'm that serious. Okay. But I made a certain pact with myself that I would only start drinking again if I had my...
I'm not saying let's just like full bore, you just drink everything in sight.
No, I just made this pact, and I have to keep it now because I keep pact with that if I would only start to drink again if I could have a drink with a certain person.
Okay, I totally know what you're talking about right now.
If that doesn't happen, if that never comes to pass, I will never drink again. That's it. You have to. So basically, since you are really wanting, you actually really want to have a drink with that person. So that means that you're just holding out, right?
And that's your reward.
What's the reward?
You get to drink again.
Yeah.
If that person ever comes into your life.
Yes.
And I know the person that you're talking about.
Yes.
But like
Well, what do you think?
So that means, though, that you're not happy about not drinking because you desperately want to.
Well, I'm sort of on the fence. I mean, I think it's good for my health, for sure. I think it's good for my...
Do we know that person's a drinker? Yeah, that person's a drinker.
I don't know.
You don't know? I bet that person has to be a drinker.
But my mental clarity is really good. I think my intuition is a little sharper. And I think that this is a fantastic experiment to be alcohol-free. I like it. So I'm not necessarily going to stop it. I might have a drink with that person if they invited me to. I still could quit. I still could be quitting, basically, but I would have that one drink.
Okay.
And then I could decide. I could say, well, I could go back to moderate drinking, or I could just stay with this, clarity of spirit, which I'm enjoying right now, which also means that you feel your pain in a certain more acute way. Mm-hmm. But... you're not in the fog of trying to numb yourself out.
Does it take away pain?
What?
Drinking.
Well, to a point, and then it doesn't anymore. Oh. Then it sort of turns into this general malaise and depression. So if you're not really getting the full effect of what alcohol is supposed to do for you,
you have to drink all the time to have not pain. Or
what?
Do you? What? I don't.
I'm not a
drinker.
To you.
I'm not a drinker. I've never been a drinker.
I love this. Ask me more questions.
I just like.
What's the misunderstanding here?
I don't know. Like, okay, so is alcohol addictive physically or is it addictive mentally? Like, I know things like nicotine is addictive physically and mentally. I mean, so is alcohol?
I think it's.
I just don't.
I personally think it's.
I guess
both.
I should have paid attention in health class in junior high, and I would know this.
Well, I think you just have to be sort of responsive to how your soul feels. And if you're using anything as a way to avoid sort of just getting on a new plane with your life, if you can sense that, like, oh, am I using alcohol to avoid taking a big step?
But does your body...
Yeah, your body, yeah,
I mean, I
sure,
guess, yeah, because you
course.
see people who are like detoxing or whatever, and they're freaking out in like a padded room, like, or is that drugs?
Well, all of it. It's all kind of the same.
Is a drug.
I mean, it's all kind of the same. And people's chemistry is different, so it affects different people in different ways. So I can only kind of respond from how it's interacted with my chemistry, and my spiritual chemistry as well. So, and I think I wanted to have a better, clearer view of where my spiritual life is at. I think that's more difficult if you're utilizing alcohol. Not impossible, but I think it's just a little more difficult. So,
good to know.
There's choices to be made, and we all are, we're all grown-ups.
Yep.
supposedly, except when we're talking baby talk. Have you ever heard of Perky Puppet?
Perky Puppet?
Yeah, Pinky and Perky.
No.
Okay.
Is it look
it up. It's terrifying.
Pokey little puppy?
Well, it popped into my head this morning because we used to say Perky Puppet when I was a kid, and it came into
clown.
Kinda, because when you look up Perky Puppet, you get Happy the Clown, and you get Wombles, and you get belly dancer puppets, and all this weird stuff that's going to scare you to death.
What the hell are you talking about? Belly dancer puppets.
There are such a thing. Really,
it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, the internet is filled with really scary stuff.
My God, is it ever?
And the problem with YouTube is once you look up one thing, it starts offering you up on a platter, like everything that's related to it. So if you just wanted to innocently look up Perky Puppet, forget it. You're going to get, 50 videos on
no amount
clowns.
of parental controls that can keep your kids safe from really weird SHT people. My older kid, who we've let them a little tiniest morsel delve into the regular mainstream world a little bit now that they're getting older, and I don't want to be like constantly crushing them under my obnoxious no media, no anything online policy
prohibitions.
So my oldest has got an Instagram account, and he's got his little phone, which we have strict rules about when and how he can be on it, but recently, with some Christmas money, he ordered a new phone because his old phone is all old, I guess. Whatever. I don't know these things. His new phone is the size of, remember like Bic lighters?
Yeah.
It's that big. He ordered the special new phone that is
really?
Literally, and it looks exactly like a Bic lighter.
Wow.
From the back.
I've never seen that.
And he's texting with his giant big man thumbs.
Wow.
And I'm like, how are you even, the screen is as big as your thumb. How can you get to the little letters? So kids have like some weird superpower that I do not have.
Oh gosh.
And what is the point of a phone that is the size of a Bic lighter?
I don't know. I just say you got to put all that stuff.
No, it's not a Bic lighter. I'm so sorry. It's a Zippo is what I've been meaning to say this whole time.
What's
silver.
The difference? Oh, Zippos
Bics are the little plastic ones that you get in the grocery store. Zippos are the metal ones that you flip the lid open.
I see.
So all this time I was meaning to say a Zippo.
At night, all that stuff should go in the other room.
Yeah. And it shouldn't be near you. I just read a thing, you guys, about the weird, you know how everyone was freaking out about cell phones for a while because if you hold them next to your head, it makes your brain rot. And then everyone sleeps with them like on their night table and stuff. Yes. It's just, you're too close to it. You should put it in another room at night.
I did that for a while. So I'm experimenting now with moving all that stuff into the kitchen at night.
Yeah, and me too, even though I don't.
Yeah, because the United States government has been developing weapons with microwaves and stuff like that. It's like these all these strange frequencies.
I was always afraid of microwaves. I've always been afraid of them.
Yeah, me too. So it's better to just, it's disruptive to the human nervous system. I think on certain levels we're adapting, but it's very quick. It's too quick.
So I think you have to. If you put a cell phone next to some popcorn, it will pop or something. Is that right?
No,
I think I saw something about like it did something to like popcorn. For real.
All right.
Not like, I'm not kidding. Go look it up maybe.
Yeah. What do you do to get to sleep? Do you have some kind of interesting ritual?
I make John rub my butt.
Really?
Yeah. I kind of can't sleep unless somebody's.
That's nice.
I just need a hand on my back somewhere.
That's really nice. I have to.
It's like babies though. Back to your baby thing. They make this stuffed like beanbag hand that when you used to lay your baby down in its bed and I don't get how this actually works now because you're not supposed to lay your babies on their tummies. You're supposed to lay them on their backs. But anyway, you know how the mom puts the baby down and you got to just leave your hand on the baby and that's fine. And it closes its eyes. And as long as your hand is on the baby. Mm-hmm. So they make this hand. It's like a glove.
This nice
stuffed with
fake hand.
Beans or whatever. And you just put it on your baby and walk away.
Oh, so sad.
So I should kind of think about getting one of those because I've actually thought about getting those weighted blankets.
For yourself?
Yeah.
I was going to get you a weighted blanket for a present to squish you
down.
I think you need to be squished.
I would love a weighted blanket or a thunder shirt or one of those things that little dogs wear when they're afraid of storms.
Yeah, so you're sort of describing a sensory thing that.
Yeah, I need to know that somebody's watching
and since
over me
I don't,
when I'm
you
sleeping.
know, since I'm just me, and sometimes a cat will sit on my leg or something, which is nice. It is nice to feel a little bit of weight on your body somewhere from another creature. But I also have developed sort of interesting things that I do mentally to get to sleep.
Yeah. You're supposed to do that thing where you're like, my toes. You go up your whole body. You start with your toes. You're like, my toes are relaxed.
I could never
relaxing
do that.
My toes.
I hate that.
Toes are feeling
I hate
sleepy.
that.
And then you're like, relaxing my foot.
I hate
my
that.
foot is relaxed.
I
foot
hate
is
that
feeling
so
very
much.
sleepy.
Okay,
and
stop.
as you like
I
go
hate
up your
hearing about
whole body, I get super bored by the time I get to my ankles, and I'm like, screw you.
I'm so bored. So
relaxation technique.
I start up at my head. And because that's where I am. I'm up here, so I'd rather start here rather than down on my toes.
That's why dogs jump up to lick your face. They know where you are.
Yeah. So I have this group of divine advisors that I can imagine out in the universe. Okay, because I know they're out there, right?
This is a really hocus pocusy kind of edition of our show today.
I just figure whatever works is good.
All right.
So they send me good energy, okay? And this is all coming in like at my head, not in my toes. And then I send it down to the center of the earth, and then it comes back up, and it goes back through me, and it goes back to them. And you can actually see it happening.
Do you ever just think of taking a Benadryl or something? just saying.
No, I didn't.
Okay, all right.
Sometimes I drink coffee.
That's the opposite. Caffeine. Hello.
I love caffeine at night.
At night? Yeah. It makes you doesn't make you not sleepy?
I don't know. I mean, nighttime is always a crapshoot.
People, speaking of crap, people have like two things that they say coffee is all about. It just makes you either poop or it makes you like all zingy.
And what about those coffee selfies? I mean, I consider those selfies when you take a picture of a cup of coffee every day. Like our friend, we have friends who do it.
We do have a friend who does it every day. Yeah. I think he knows he's being funny though.
Well, I like it. I like it personally. I like it.
Well, I don't drink coffee, so I'm just like, what is...
I think it qualifies for a selfie, personally.
Kind of.
Just because you're not in it doesn't mean it's not a selfie.
No, you are what you eat,
your
people.
coffee is your representative of your soul.
Mm-hmm. I don't drink coffee. What's my soul? Not black. My soul is not black like the rest of you.
I have no idea what is going to represent you.
I have super pansy tea, too. Like I don't even drink the tea with the caffeine. I just drink like little... fruit teas. And
you have so many lambs that I think the lambs are your representatives out in the world.
They kind of are. Yeah,
which is great. I think that's a good solution to the cold, cruel world. Just have a bunch of lambs around you.
Yep.
Yeah. So, well, we're at the end of the show
already.
Yeah, and we actually
I didn't even tell you about clown makeup or skateboarding.
We touched on clowns, creepy clowns, but
Easter sugar.
Yeah, I know. I didn't.
Or Ringer washing machines. I had a lot to say about them.
Before I used to have one.
What? No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
You're not a great grandmother. You're just a grandmother.
No, I bought one new from Lehman's catalog.
You can't buy one new from Lehman's catalog.
I had one.
When? You're not old enough.
When my kids were toddlers.
No, we were never allowed to go anywhere near it at my great grandmother's because the mangle. The mangle can like rip your whole hand off.
Okay.
Okay.
So thank
you
just
go now.
For that, and thanks everybody for listening to 11th Hour Radio.
Catch our podcast at 11thhourradio.com. I can't even say it.
Yes, or Apple Podcasts.
Or you can subscribe on YouTube, even.
Yeah, right? I think we have about one subscriber on YouTube, but you could be the second. Why not?
Come on, be number 2.
Yeah, but Apple Podcasts is probably the most widely used. You just subscribe to it, and there it is. It ping like every week. It just magically appears. It didn't magically
appear on my computer. It crashed it, but that wasn't our podcast's fault. That was my computer's fault.
Technology.
Yeah, don't listen to me.
So the PR people are sophisticated.
I know.
So low battery. It says. Okay, boy.
Super. We're going to go out on low battery.
Okay, we're going to go out on Ropeswing. So, we'll see you next week.
Bye, guys.
Ropeswing in those woods. Well, it ain't there no more, and the sunrise getting hot now on that hood. Whip on the mastheads, we're gonna sing. Ropeswing in those woods. We ain't there no more, and the sunrise getting hot now on that hood. Whip on the mastheads, we're gonna sing. Sunrise getting hot now on that hood. Whip on the mastheads, we're gonna sing.